Hey, I'm Josh Reich. I'm one of the pastors at Revolution Church, and I got the book, The Gospel of Yes by Mike Glenn, to be able to review on my blog. And one of the things I really appreciated about the book, at first when I saw the title, in fact, I told my wife about the book, my first thought was that it was more about the prosperity gospel and how God will bless you, and if you just give, $100 to God, he'll give 100 back to you. But as you get into the book, you really do begin to see that it's one of the things that we really miss about the gospel. So much about the gospel is so focused on sin, being rescued from hell, and then consequently, following Jesus tends to be about avoiding sin and about keeping ourselves from falling back into that. And so we fall into moralism and legalism and we become very religious. And while sin is a huge part of the gospel, sin is something that we all suffer from. We are broken. We do need to be rescued from the power of sin through the power of the gospel. But Jesus came to give us life. He said that in John 10, that I have come so that you can experience life. And the Gospel of Yes is really about discovering what that life means. And so I think it's a book that's definitely worth reading as a church leader. It definitely impacted my preaching. And as I think through the lens, one of the quotes that he said is that if we spend so much of our time focusing on avoiding sin, then sin becomes the focus of our lives instead of Jesus. And for me as a communicator, preaching every single week, it's real easy for me to just list out sins and say, just avoid these sins, stop doing this, and here's a way to find freedom from that. Instead of pointing people to Jesus and say, focus on Jesus instead of focusing on the sin in your life. Focus on the life that Jesus came to give to you instead of the sin that you are wrestling with, and having that vision. I think it's a bigger vision of what the gospel is about. It's a book that is definitely worth reading, using within your church context. So I hope you'll use it. I hope you'll benefit from it as much as I have.